God says, I need your 2 minutes only. 3 angels are talking about your body, because something is shifting in the spiritual realm that is beyond what you can see right now. Your body is about to go through a change, a divine interruption that will restore what has been broken, heal what has been hurting, and renew what has been weary. You may not understand the timing, and you might not see the signs, but heaven has already started a conversation about your breakthrough. It is unfolding slowly, quietly, like the morning light peeking through the darkest night. What seems shocking to you is already known to God, and His grace is moving swiftly. Type Amen if you believe this word is for you. There are times when life weighs so heavily on your shoulders that your body starts to carry your sorrow like an invisible burden. You wake up tired, your bones ache without cause, your heart feels too fragile to carry hope. In those moments, when you feel as if no one sees the silent war you're fighting, remember that God sees everything. He knows every tear, every sleepless night, and every whisper of prayer that left your lips in desperation. Nothing escapes Him. Not even your pain. Jesus never promised life would be easy. But He promised He would be with you through it all. And when Jesus is with you, even in the fire, even in the storm, even when your body feels like it's giving up, you are not alone. He is standing by your side with healing in His hands and peace in His voice. He holds you closer when you're too weak to stand, and His love becomes the strength that carries you through the day. There is a reason heaven is whispering about you. There is a reason the angels are watching over you right now. Your story is not over. What looks like a collapse is actually the beginning of restoration. God is reaching into the depths of your soul, breathing life into what felt dead, waking up the parts of you that stopped believing. Your healing may not come all at once, but it will come. It may not look how you imagined, but it will arrive with divine timing. Every scar, every weakness, every illness, every ache, it matters to God. He shaped your body with care, breathed life into your lungs, and counted every strand of your hair. You are not just another person walking this earth. You are His child, and He knows your name. Even in your most broken moments, you are fully known and deeply loved. The world may pass you by, but God leans in closer. Type 1111 if you trust in God's timing and healing power. Sometimes, when the body feels broken, it's not just about flesh and bone. Sometimes, it's the soul that's been tired too long. And when your soul is weary, everything else begins to feel heavy. But Jesus came to give you rest, not just for your body, but for your spirit. He calls to you gently, inviting you to lay down everything you've been trying to carry alone. You don't have to keep pretending to be strong. You don't have to smile through the pain. He sees behind every mask, and He loves you just the same. Let the tears fall if they need to. Let the silence speak if your words have dried up. God hears even the quietest cries of the heart. And He's already preparing comfort. You don't need to beg for His attention. You already have it. He's already on His way to meet you where you are, not where you pretend to be, but exactly where you are. Broken, confused, aching, and in need of something only He can give. There are angels surrounding you now. Not because you're perfect, but because you're precious. You are worth protecting. You are worth fighting for. You are worth healing. The same God who created the stars is watching over your body, your breath, your future. Nothing is too far gone for Him. Not even you. Especially not you. This part of your journey might feel like everything is falling apart, but really, it's falling into place. God never wastes pain. He uses it, repurposes it, turns it into something beautiful in His time. You don't have to understand everything. You only need to trust. Step by step, moment by moment, He is rebuilding what was broken. Not just on the outside, but deep within you, in the places no one else sees. He knows how tired you are. He knows how long you have been holding on without rest. He knows how your body has been carrying more than it was ever meant to bear, and He comes gently, never rushing, never forcing, always loving. Type yes if you receive this peace into your heart right now. Your body is not forgotten in heaven. Every ache, every weakness, every silent pain has been noticed. God did not design you to live in constant struggle, and He does not look away when your strength fades. Instead, He leans closer. He sends comfort before you even ask. He places hope where despair tried to settle. Jesus walks beside you in ways you cannot always feel, but His steps are steady and sure. When you stumble, He steadies you. When you feel lost, He guides you without making you feel ashamed for needing help. There is a deep kindness in how God restores. He does not shame you for being tired. He does not rush your healing. He does not measure your faith by how strong you appear to others. He looks at your heart, sees your honesty, and responds with mercy. The world teaches you to hide your pain and keep moving, but Jesus invites you to rest and be renewed. In His presence, healing is not a performance. It is a process filled with grace. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. Sometimes healing begins when you finally allow yourself to stop fighting alone. Sometimes it starts when you admit that you cannot fix everything by yourself. God is not disappointed by your limits. He created you with them. He knows when you have reached the edge of your strength, and that is often where His power becomes most visible. In that sacred exchange, where your weakness meets His love, something beautiful begins to grow. Angels are not only watching, they are waiting. Waiting for the moment when God says now. Waiting for the shift that brings peace into your body and calm into your mind. Waiting for the release of burdens that have weighed you down for far too long. Heaven does not rush, but it never forgets. Every promise God has whispered over your life still stands. Nothing has been cancelled. Nothing has been lost. Jesus understands the language of pain. He understands what it means to feel misunderstood, to feel weary, to feel overwhelmed. That is why His compassion feels so real. When He touches a life, it is never careless. When He heals, it is never shallow. He reaches the places no one else can reach. He restores from the inside out, bringing peace first, then strength, then renewal. There is a softness returning to your spirit, even if you cannot name it yet. There is a quiet lifting happening within you, like a heavy fog slowly clearing from a long road. This is not your imagination. This is God at work. He often moves in ways that feel subtle at first, but his changes last. What he heals, he sustains. What he restores, he protects. Type 2020 to claim God's healing and renewal over your life. Do not be afraid of what is changing. Sometimes healing feels unfamiliar because pain became normal. Sometimes peace feels strange because chaos lived too long in your heart. But God is teaching you how to breathe again without fear. He is showing you what it feels like to live without constant heaviness. He is reminding you that joy is not something you have to earn. It is a gift he delights in giving. Your body listens when your soul rests. Your heart softens when hope returns. Your strength grows when you feel safe again. God is restoring alignment within you, bringing harmony where there was tension, and calm where there was unrest. He is not only healing symptoms. He is healing roots. He is touching memories, releasing stored pain, and rewriting the way you carry yourself through this world. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where God can reach you. Even now, his love is surrounding you, steady and faithful. Jesus is patient with your process. He does not pressure you to be healed faster than your heart can handle. He walks with you at a pace shaped by love, not expectation. And right now, 3 angels are standing close, not in fear, not in judgment, but in awe, because they know what God is about to do for you. They know what is coming will shake the pain from your bones and bring light into the darkest corners of your soul. Type 222 if you believe God is already working behind the scenes for you. Sometimes the body begins to break under the weight of what the heart cannot carry anymore. The tension you feel in your chest, the weariness behind your eyes, the quiet tears in the night, those are not signs of weakness. They are signals. They are reminders that your body is crying out for what your spirit has been longing for: rest, healing, and divine peace. You've been running for too long without stopping to breathe, but now God is calling you into a softer space. A space where you no longer have to push through, but instead are invited to fall into his arms and stay a while. Jesus was never far. He has been close through it all. Through the nights your heart ached for relief, through the days your body felt disconnected from joy, through the moments you questioned whether you'd ever feel whole again. He has never taken his eyes off you. And what's even more beautiful is that he never will. His hands are still extended. His love is still open. His healing is still available. He doesn't get tired of you. He doesn't give up when the process takes time. His patience is as deep as his mercy. This is not the end of your story. Not even close. There is still something powerful blooming within you, even if you can't see it yet. You may feel like you're unraveling, but God sees a new beginning. Every moment of surrender becomes a seed in his hands. Every time you choose to trust instead of panic, hope instead of fear, rest instead of strive, he begins to write a new chapter. And this chapter will not be filled with the same pain. This one carries the fragrance of healing. Your body is not just a vessel. It is a temple. It carries the breath of God within it. You were made for more than survival. You were made for peace, for joy, for wholeness. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you, quietly working, gently stirring, reminding every part of you that resurrection isn't just for the soul, it's for the body too. You were not meant to live tired and worn out. You were meant to walk in freedom, to wake up with strength, to laugh without pain holding you back. There is a kindness in God's timing. He does not come early just to impress you. He does not come late to test you. He comes exactly when your heart is ready to receive, when your soul is able to hold the blessing without fear, when your body is open to the healing He wants to give. And when He moves in fullness. He doesn't just touch the surface. He dives into the deepest wounds. He doesn't just numb the pain. He replaces it with life. Type 555 if you trust that God is bringing healing into every corner of your being. A 7-second brain wave ritual, once reserved for elite people and hidden in CIA files, is now public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center tied to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. It's okay if you're still hurting. It's okay if some days feel heavier than others. It's okay if healing hasn't come as quickly as you hoped. God is not measuring your progress the way the world does. He is not waiting for perfection before He pours out His love. You do not have to be fully healed to be fully loved. You are already cherished in your brokenness. You are already held in your weakness. And your healing is not a reward, it is a promise. Let these words be a reminder, you are still God's child. No illness, no weakness, no fear, no past failure can separate you from that truth. Your name is still written on His heart. His plans for you are still alive. You have not missed your moment. You are not disqualified. In fact, the very thing that has made you feel small might be the very place where God shows you just how big His love truly is. This body that you sometimes struggle to love, God adores it. He crafted it with purpose, with care, and with intention. And though it may feel tired now, it is not beyond restoration. Though it has been through storms, it is still standing. And that alone is a miracle. Every breath you take is evidence of grace. Every heartbeat is proof that God is not done. You are a walking testimony in progress. And even when your body has felt like it could carry no more, when the weight of life seemed too heavy to bear, the Lord never left your side. He watched every moment with eyes full of compassion and love. He never blinked. He never turned away. His attention has always been fixed on you, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are, His beloved child. Type 1212 if you walk by faith, even when it's hard to see. When your body begins to show signs of breaking, it's often because your heart has been carrying invisible bruises. People may see your smile, but God sees deeper. He knows the nights when you tried to be strong, but cried yourself to sleep. He knows the moments when your body ached from stress, from sorrow, from prayers you whispered with trembling hands. And though the world may never understand that kind of exhaustion, heaven always does. Jesus walked this earth not just to show power, but to feel what you feel. He knew what it meant to grow tired, to carry sorrow, to long for relief. And that is why his presence brings such deep comfort, because he doesn't just sympathize, he understands. He understands the weakness in your muscles, the heaviness in your chest, the way your spirit sinks when hope feels far away. And yet, he never steps back. He moves closer, so close that if you could be still long enough, you'd feel his nearness in your next breath. The angels are not just watching, they are preparing. Preparing for a breakthrough, a transformation, a holy shift in your body, your mind, and your life. This is not just about your physical well-being. This is about a complete restoration. The kind of healing that brings life back to your bones, light back to your eyes, and strength back to your soul. You may not see the change yet, but it's already begun. God often works in silence. While you wait, while you pray, while you wonder if anything is happening at all, he is moving. Not in chaos, not in confusion, but with purpose and care. Every part of you matters to him. Your health, your peace, your joy, he holds them all in his hands. And when the time is right, you will begin to feel the gentle lift, like a wind that refreshes your entire being. There is no need to strive to earn this healing. There is no test you must pass to receive it. It is already flowing from his heart toward yours. God's love is not earned. It's given, freely and completely. And that love carries the power to renew even the most worn parts of you. Let yourself receive it. Let yourself believe that good things are still possible, even for you. Type 1919 if you believe a miracle is on its way for your life. Your journey has not been easy, and God knows that. He has walked through every valley with you. He has seen the battles no one else saw. And he has never been ashamed of your struggle. In fact, he honors your courage to keep going, even when everything inside you felt like giving up. You may not feel strong, but your endurance is sacred. Every step you've taken through pain has been recorded in heaven with reverence. What is coming will not be just physical relief. It will be emotional healing, spiritual clarity, and deep rest. You will look back one day and see how far God has brought you, not just in your body, but in your heart. He is healing not just what was broken, but also what you stopped believing could ever be whole again. The tenderness of his love will cover you like a soft rain, soaking into places long dry and weary. You don't need to be afraid of what's next. Fear whispers lies, but God speaks truth. And the truth is that you are still chosen, still held, still covered by grace. The truth is that your body is not forgotten, not abandoned, and not beyond repair. God is the great restorer, and he takes joy in rebuilding what the world tried to tear down. His touch doesn't just fix. It revives. It breathes new life. It awakens what was asleep. Take this moment as a sign that he is speaking to you. Not by accident, not randomly, but with intention. You were meant to see these words, to be reminded that heaven is still involved in your life. That your body is not going to be left in pain forever. That peace is on its way. That strength is coming. That the angels are not talking about your ending, but your healing. Your life still holds purpose. Your days are still meaningful. And what you're going through now is not wasted. It will become a testimony that points to the kindness of God. Others will look at you and see proof that miracles still happen. That God still restores. That Jesus still walks with his people in the most personal, gentle ways. A 7-second brainwave ritual uncovered from sealed records and hidden in CIA files is transforming financial lives. It activates a forgotten abundance channel in the brain, leading to new financial opportunities and cleared debts. Click the link in the comments below before it disappears. And yet, what you cannot see is that even in the stillness, God is speaking. He is not ignoring you. He is not delaying your healing to punish you. He is preparing something greater than you imagined, something lasting, gentle, and full of his presence. What you feel right now is not the end of your story, but the beginning of his divine unfolding. Type 666 if you trust Jesus to carry you through every unseen battle. It is not always easy to trust when your body feels fragile and your spirit feels low. You try to stay strong, but the tiredness begins to seep into your bones. It becomes harder to smile, harder to find the words to pray. You start to wonder if God still hears the whispers of your heart. But the truth is, he's been listening all along. He knows what you're feeling before you even say a word. He is not waiting for you to prove your faith with perfect strength. He simply wants your heart, open and honest, even in the middle of your weariness. Jesus never turned away from the broken. He never avoided the sick, the tired, or the burdened. Instead, he drew closer. And he's doing the same with you right now. He sees the pain that others have overlooked. He sees how your body has been silently struggling. And he's not coming to scold you or tell you to get up faster. He's coming to sit beside you, to weep with you, to carry you when you can't take another step. That is the kind of love he offers. Deep, gentle, and full of mercy. You don't have to hide your exhaustion from God. He's not surprised by it. He created you with limits, not to make you feel weak, but so you would always know where to find your true strength. And your strength is not found in pushing through the pain. It's found in surrendering to the one who already overcame it. The same hands that calmed the storm, that touched the sick, that lifted the weary, those hands are reaching for you now. Heaven has not forgotten about your body. The angels who surround you are not standing in silence. They are declaring healing, speaking life, and waiting for God's appointed time to pour out restoration. Your name has been spoken in heaven with love. Your healing has been marked in God's perfect timing. And even when your earthly body feels worn and slow, your spirit is being renewed. Little by little, day by day, grace is rebuilding you from the inside. You may not feel it yet, but something is shifting. God is turning the pages of your life, writing something new with every breath you take. His healing does not always look like lightning, it often looks like sunrise. Quiet, slow, and full of promise. You may not see the full picture yet, but you are walking into something beautiful, something held together by divine love. Type 2323 if you agree that God's timing is perfect and His plan is already in motion for you. Don't believe the lie that says it's too late. Don't accept the thought that healing has passed you by. God is never late. And what He begins, He finishes. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are not invisible in your pain. You are seen, you are known, and you are being held together by the one who knows how to restore what the world cannot fix. Every tear you've cried in silence, God has caught. Every night you've spent tossing and turning, He's been awake with you. You've never been alone in the pain. And now, as your body longs for peace, God is whispering, I am here. I have not left. I have never stopped loving you. Let those words settle into your soul. Let them remind you that you are not beyond healing. Sometimes the greatest healing begins not in the body, but in the heart. When your heart believes again that you are worthy of love, that you are still held, still valuable, still chosen, that's where real change begins. And from that place, healing flows outward. From your soul to your thoughts. From your thoughts to your breath. From your breath to your body. God's love is not small. It covers every part of you. He knows how hard it's been to smile when your heart aches, how heavy your body feels when you wake up, and how hard you pray when no one else hears. God sees it all. And He's not just standing by. He's moving slowly, quietly, and tenderly to bring peace to every broken place inside of you. Type Amen if you receive this truth in your heart today. The body and spirit are connected in ways we don't always understand. Sometimes your body hurts because your heart has been bruised too long. Sometimes fatigue isn't just physical, it's the result of carrying grief that never found rest, disappointment that lingered too long, and fear that went unspoken. But Jesus knows. He knows where it hurts. He knows the wounds no one else notices. He knows the battles you fought in silence, and He's come to remind you that you are not alone, not now, not ever. He comes with no condemnation. Just compassion. He comes not to rush your healing but to sit with you in it. He is the only one who knows the full depth of your story and still chooses to stay. His love does not come with pressure. It comes with peace. And in His presence, there is no fear of being too broken or too slow to heal. In His presence, you are simply safe. Safe to rest. Safe to be honest. Safe to breathe. There is no timeline for healing with God. He moves not according to urgency but according to love. If you're still in pain, He doesn't see that as failure. If your body still struggles, He doesn't see that as weakness. He sees someone who is still holding on, someone who hasn't given up, someone whose faith, though small, is real. And to Him, that faith is precious. Using a simple 7-second brain wave ritual, once classified and hidden in CIA files, can unlock wealth, freedom, and success already inside you. This discovery is helping thousands step into abundance, and God has led you here for a reason. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency today. Angels have not stopped watching over you. They were sent on purpose, with purpose. And their eyes have not turned away from you. They stand guard over your body not because you are weak, but because you are valuable. You are not just another person. You are a child of the living God. Your pain matters. Your recovery matters. Your life matters. And heaven is invested in your restoration, more than you'll ever understand. Jesus has never been in a hurry with your heart. He walks beside you at a pace that protects your soul. He holds you when you feel like falling apart. And when your body is too weak to move forward, He carries you with a strength that never fades. What others may call slow, He calls sacred. Every step, no matter how small, is still movement in His eyes. Type 1111 if you trust in God's hands to rebuild you gently and fully. Sometimes, the pain you carry has been with you for so long that you start to believe it's just part of who you are. But that's not what God sees. He sees the version of you that exists beyond the pain. He sees the freedom waiting to return to your body. He sees the joy that's still buried under the weight. And He's not content to let you settle for survival. He wants to bring you back to life, not just in spirit, but in body, too. You don't have to earn this kind of love. You don't have to prove your faith to receive His healing. He doesn't wait for you to be perfect before He shows up. He shows up right in the middle of your mess, your questions, your fatigue, your pain. And His presence alone begins to shift things. Sometimes you won't even feel it at first. But rest assured, when God begins something in you, He finishes it. Let yourself believe again. Let yourself imagine waking up without fear, walking without pain, breathing without heaviness. Not because it's easy, but because God is faithful. Let yourself receive what He's been trying to give you all along, peace that holds you steady, love that never pulls away, and healing that reaches deeper than the surface. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are right on time for a divine turnaround. What the enemy tried to use to crush you, God is going to use to build you stronger, softer, and more rooted in Him than ever before. And when the healing begins to bloom, whether it's slow or sudden, you'll know it came not from your strength, but from His mercy. He sees the way you've stayed close to Him, even when you didn't feel strong. He sees the tears you never let anyone else see. He hears the unspoken prayers that rise from the aching places inside you. And He honors every single one. Type yes to affirm that you are trusting God even in the silence. There are battles you've faced in your body that felt invisible to others. Maybe the world didn't understand why you were so tired, why you were quiet, why you couldn't keep up. But God knew. He knew how long you had been fighting to hold yourself together. He knew what it cost you just to get through the day. He never needed anyone else to see it, because He never took His eyes off you. And that's why your healing is personal to Him. This is not just about recovery. This is about redemption. The healing God has for you is not a quick fix or a temporary relief. It's a deep, sacred renewal that touches every part of your life. He doesn't just want your body to feel better. He wants your heart to feel safe again. He wants your spirit to rise with hope again. He wants your mind to be quiet, your nights to be peaceful, and your mornings to begin without dread. His healing is wholeness, and He is pouring it into your life even now. You might not feel it all at once. That's okay. Sometimes God's healing comes like the first signs of spring, subtle, quiet, slow to start, but full of promise. One day you'll wake up and realize something feels lighter. The ache isn't as sharp. The fear doesn't scream as loud. The weight on your chest is slowly lifting. That's how healing works. And God never rushes it. He walks with you every step, matching your pace, staying by your side, never leaving you behind. The angels that surround you haven't stopped their work. They aren't there just for comfort, they are present for protection, for guidance, for support. They are heaven's reminder that you are never alone, not even for a second. They've been sent by the one who commands every star and still knows the exact number of hairs on your head. That's how much he cares. That's how deeply he loves. You may feel like your strength has run out, but God's strength has no end. When you are empty, he fills you. When you are weak, he becomes your support. When you are broken, he puts you back together with a love so patient, so kind, you won't be able to explain it, only experience it. And when you do, you'll know it was him all along. Type 555 if you believe that God's hands are holding you and restoring you right now. Let go of the guilt you've been carrying about how long it's taken to feel better. Healing is not a race. God is not measuring your faith by how quickly you recover. He is not disappointed in your pace. He is proud of your courage to keep going, even when your body felt like quitting. He is proud of your heart for choosing to believe, even when you didn't see anything changing. He loves you not for your progress, but because you are his. There is no shame in needing time. There is no weakness in needing rest. And there is no failure in needing healing more than once. God is not counting how many times you've cried out to him. He's simply responding, again and again, with the same gentle love, the same steady peace, the same unshakable promise that he will never let you go. A powerful 7-second morning ritual, once hidden in CIA files, is resurfacing, and people are already seeing fast financial breakthroughs. It takes only seconds, yet activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. The world moves fast and expects strength at all times. But God calls you to rest. He invites you into quiet places, not to hide you, but to hold you. In his presence, there is no pressure. There is only peace. And in that peace, healing flows. It seeps into the cracks left by years of worry and fear. It softens the hard places where pain tried to live forever. It awakens your heart to dream again, believe again, live again. He hasn't brought you this far to leave you now. What he began in you, he will complete. What he touched in your body, he will restore fully. What he whispered in your soul, he will bring to life in his perfect time. And when it happens, when the healing is felt in every breath, every step, every smile, you'll remember these days. Not with pain, but with peace. Because they were the days you held on to him when everything else fell apart. What feels like silence is often the stillness before a miracle. You have not been forgotten in your pain. You have not been overlooked in your suffering. Heaven knows your name, your struggle, and your story, and none of it has gone unnoticed. Type 222 if you believe God is not done with your story. Sometimes the most powerful healing begins with surrender, not the kind that gives up, but the kind that says, God, I trust you even here. Even in the pain. Even in the waiting. Even when your body feels tired and your soul feels worn thin. When you let go of trying to carry it all alone, that's when God steps in with the fullness of His grace. And His grace doesn't just support you, it rebuilds you. Gently. Slowly. Faithfully. You've walked through seasons that left you broken in ways no one else understood. You've carried burdens that weighed so heavily on your body that you forgot what lightness felt like. You've prayed prayers through tears, through fatigue, through the ache of holding on when nothing seemed to change. But God heard every word, even the ones you couldn't speak. He saw every sleepless night. He stayed with you in every moment when you felt too weary to keep going. Jesus hasn't moved from your side. When your body failed you, He was still there. When the diagnosis scared you, He held you closer. When the healing didn't come as quickly as you hoped, He kept walking with you at your pace. He's not disappointed in your weakness. He's proud of your courage. You've come farther than you realize, and heaven rejoices every time you choose faith over fear, hope over despair, and love over doubt. God doesn't just heal symptoms. He restores what caused the pain. He mends what was torn. He renews what was crushed. His healing is not just a moment, it's a journey. And He walks every step with you, never leaving, never rushing, never expecting more than you have to give. He simply asks you to stay close. To trust that even now, something holy is unfolding within you. Type 2020 to claim the healing that is already being written into your life. You don't have to force your way into peace. God brings it to you. You don't have to understand how or when healing will come. You only need to know that the one who promised it cannot lie. Your body may still ache, but your spirit is already beginning to breathe again. The weight you carry won't always feel this heavy. The sadness that sometimes clouds your joy won't always linger. God is restoring the pieces of you that felt permanently lost. There is no such thing as too late in His kingdom. No season is wasted. No pain is overlooked. Everything you've walked through is being woven into something purposeful, something eternal. And your healing will be more than recovery, it will be a testimony. Others will look at you and see what grace looks like. They'll hear your story and be reminded that miracles still happen, that God still heals, and that love still wins. Your body is a temple, and God is the one tending to it with care. He sees what doctors can't. He knows what words have damaged you. He understands what stress has stolen from you. And He is redeeming it all. Day by day. Bit by bit. He is rebuilding what you thought was beyond repair. There is no shame in needing healing. There is no weakness in needing rest. In fact, rest is holy. Jesus Himself rested. He stepped away, He sat down, He allowed space for stillness. And if He needed rest, so do you. Let yourself be human. Let yourself receive. Let yourself believe that you are worth being made whole again. You may feel like you've been stuck for a long time. Like you're waiting for something that never comes. But what if healing has already started? What if every time you chose to hope again, something shifted? What if every time you whispered his name in the dark, heaven responded? You don't have to feel it for it to be real. God doesn't need your certainty to begin your miracle. He just needs your heart to stay open. And your heart, dear one, has stayed open through storms that would have closed others. You've been strong in ways that no one else will ever fully understand. And now, it's time to let that same heart receive. To open your hands and say, God, I'm ready. Ready for the light to return. Ready for the pain to lift. Ready for joy that doesn't feel temporary. Ready for peace that stays. You were never meant to carry it all. You were never meant to heal alone. God is with you now, holding every piece of your brokenness with the gentleness of a father who never stops loving, never stops giving, and never stops believing in you. He invites you to exhale, to soften, and to let go. And in that letting go, something holy begins, a healing not just of your body, but of your heart, your mind, and your spirit. Type 1212 if you choose to walk by faith through every part of this journey. A simple but powerful 7-second at-home ritual, it's hidden in CIA files for years, is now changing lives rapidly. Backed by neuroscience research, it can begin shifting your financial direction in just days. Click the link in the description and comments now and step into abundance today. Sometimes, it takes more strength to rest than to keep going. When your body feels heavy and your thoughts are clouded, you may think you're failing. But that's not how God sees you. He sees someone who has fought hard to stay kind, someone who has carried burdens without complaining, someone who keeps choosing hope, even in the smallest way. And he honors that. Heaven celebrates that quiet, invisible strength. You might not realize it, but you are moving forward. Not in loud, dramatic ways, but in the slow, sacred rhythm of grace. God knows what it's like to live in a fragile body. That's why Jesus came, not just to save us, but to feel what we feel. He got tired. He wept. He experienced pain. And because of that, he is able to comfort you in the most personal way. He isn't distant. He isn't guessing how you feel. He knows. And that's why you can trust him with the parts of you that feel too broken, too weary, or too far gone. He's already been where you are. And he made a way through it, just for you. The healing he offers doesn't always begin with instant change. Sometimes, it starts with gentle reassurance. With moments where you suddenly realize the anxiety has eased, the ache isn't as sharp, your breath feels steadier. That's how God moves, quietly, but powerfully. Slowly, but with intention. You may not see everything changing at once, but that doesn't mean healing isn't happening. Some of God's best work begins beneath the surface. Type 1919 to receive your miracle with full faith and open hands. There are things you've carried for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to live without them. Emotional pain that became part of your normal. Physical tension that never really goes away. Exhaustion that stays no matter how much sleep you get. But God sees it all, and he's not asking you to pretend it doesn't matter. He's asking you to let him carry it with you. You don't have to face this alone anymore. You never did. Even when you don't feel strong, even when your prayers are soft and uncertain, even when you wonder if you're getting anywhere, He is near. And near is all you need. Because when God is close, healing is close. Peace is close. Breakthrough is close. And everything that seemed impossible begins to shift, because nothing is impossible for Him. There is no weakness in needing help. There is no shame in asking for comfort. In fact, that's where the beauty of faith begins, not in declaring that you have it all figured out, but in admitting that you need a Savior who does. And that Savior, Jesus, is already present. Not standing at a distance, waiting for you to rise, but kneeling beside you, gently lifting your head, reminding you that love has never left you, not for a moment. God never promised a life without trouble. But He did promise that He would be with you in every valley, every dark place, every difficult season. And that promise still stands. Right now, in this very moment, you are surrounded by the presence of the One who formed you, knows you, and is healing you in ways you cannot yet see. You may feel broken, but you are still held. You may feel weary, but you are still walking. You may feel tired, but God is still working. And what He is working on is beautiful. You. Every part of you. Even the parts you thought were too damaged to restore. Even the pieces that feel too shattered to repair. Nothing is beyond His touch. Nothing is too far for His grace. Nothing is outside the reach of His love. But God saw every single one. He was there, sitting with you in the silence, holding you when you felt forgotten, and comforting you when your heart couldn't take another disappointment. His presence has never left, not even for a second. Type Amen if you believe God is still with you, even when it's quiet. When your body feels fragile and your strength feels gone, it's easy to believe that something is wrong with you. But the truth is, you are human. You were never meant to carry everything alone. You weren't made to always be strong, to always smile, to always have it together. God never expected perfection from you. He simply wanted your heart. And that heart of yours, it's still beating, still choosing hope, still turning to Him. That matters more than you know. Jesus never looked away from pain. He walked right into it. He touched the sick. He stood beside the broken. He reached out to the forgotten. He did not shy away from suffering, and He certainly won't shy away from yours. He knows what it feels like to be tired. He knows what it's like to hurt. And that's why you can trust Him, because He's not just watching you from heaven, He is with you in the middle of it all. Healing doesn't always look like a miracle that happens in a single moment. Sometimes, it's waking up and feeling just a little bit lighter. Sometimes, it's a wave of peace that rushes in during a difficult day. Sometimes, it's simply knowing that even if you're still hurting, you're not hurting alone. God is not slow in His promise. He's intentional. He heals at the pace that protects you, not the pace that pressures you. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. Every part of your being matters to God. Your mind, your body, your emotions, your thoughts, He sees it all. And He doesn't rank your pain or dismiss your weariness. He moves with compassion and grace, tending to you like a loving father, gently healing what life has bruised. The parts of you that feel forgotten are the very parts He's holding the closest. Type 1111 if you trust God's hands are over every detail of your healing. You have walked through more than most people realize, and yet here you are. Still breathing. Still hoping. Still choosing to believe that something better is coming. That is not weakness. That is courage. That is faith. And faith like that moves mountains, even if all you have left is a whisper of it. God is not looking for perfection. He is drawn to your honesty. When you bring Him your fear, your sadness, your brokenness, He meets you there, not with judgment, but with mercy. Sometimes the healing doesn't begin until you stop hiding the pain. Until you allow yourself to be vulnerable before God and say, I don't have the strength anymore. And He gently responds, that's why I'm here. You were never meant to walk through this alone. You were never expected to carry it without help. God walks with you. He carries what you can't. He lifts you when you fall. And even when you don't feel it, He's holding you. There are things happening in the spiritual realm right now that you cannot see. Angels have been sent. Prayers are being answered. Healing is being prepared. The delay you feel is not a denial, it's a setup. God is arranging the pieces in a way that will not just bring relief, but complete renewal. You will not just recover, you will rise, stronger and more rooted in His love than ever before. Your body may still feel weak, but your spirit is being strengthened. Your steps may still be slow, but you are moving forward. Your faith may feel small, but it is real. And that is enough. God is not asking you to run, He's just asking you to stay close. To keep showing up. To keep believing that He is who He says He is, faithful, kind, gentle, and never late. You are being held in a love so wide, so deep, so pure, that nothing can take it away from you. Not sickness. Not fear. Not even doubt. God's love is not fragile. It does not fade when you struggle. It wraps around you even tighter. It fights for you. It stays. And that love is what's going to carry you through this. You don't need to rush your healing. Let God write this story in His timing. Let Him bring rest to your bones. Let Him sing over you in the quiet places. Let Him carry the burden you were never meant to hold. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are right where you need to be, held, seen, and loved by the one who created you with care. It's okay if your body feels tired. It's okay if your heart doesn't feel strong today. There is no pressure in God's presence to have it all together. He already knows. He knows how hard you've tried. He knows how much you've carried. He knows how many times you've held back your tears, smiled through the pain, and said, "I'm fine," when your soul was anything but. And still, He loves you. Still, he stays. Jesus never turned away from the wounded. He never avoided the weary. He never walked past the ones who had been cast aside. He went toward them. He touched them. He healed them. And he is coming toward you now with the same compassion. You don't have to chase him down. You don't have to beg for his attention. You already have it. He's already near. You may feel unseen in this world, but heaven sees you. Angels know your name. They've been sent to protect, to comfort, and to help guide what's coming next. There is movement in the spiritual realm right now, a quiet preparation for something beautiful that God is placing in your life. This pain is not permanent. This season will not last forever. And while you may be tired of holding on, God is holding you even tighter. Healing is not always loud. Sometimes it comes like a whisper in the dark. A small moment of peace when you least expect it. A tiny breath of relief in the middle of a storm. Those are not coincidences. Those are signs. Reminders that God is gently doing what only He can do. He is bringing order back into chaos. He is bringing light into the places that have long been hidden in shadow. And though it's slow, it is real.